Are you tired of being tired? If you're like most people, the answer is probably yes. Unfortunately, we live in a society today that does not value the importance of rest and sleep. Sleep is too often considered to be a waste of time, a bare necessity to be finished as quickly as possible. People are reluctant to say goodnight to responsibilities and fun. Job and family beckon. The internet and late-night television entice us. Supermarkets and megastores lure shoppers well into the wee hours of the morning. Over the past several decades, adults in the United States have decreased the average number of hours of sleep by about 20%. This means that we're sleeping 1.5 hours less than our grandparents. As a result, 40% of Americans report being so sleepy during the day that it interferes with their daily activities. Of critical concern is the effect this has on our safety on the highway. In America alone, over 100,000 automobile accidents occur each year because of drowsy drivers. Amazingly, research in Canada has shown that traffic accidents increased by 8% in the 24 hours following the spring time change, when only an hour of sleep is usually lost, and an almost equal decrease occurs in the fall when an hour is gained. Also alarming is the dramatic decrease in the sleep of teenagers. 75 years ago, this age group was sleeping 8 to 9 hours per night. However, today that has dropped to 7 hours or less, even though they actually need more than when they were preteens. In a recent survey, 60% of American teens under the age of 18 complained about being tired during the day, and 15% reported falling asleep at school. Why is sleep necessary? Depriving ourselves of sleep is much like depriving ourselves of food. If we eat fewer calories than we need each day, we will also lose weight because the effects are cumulative. In the same way, when we deprive ourselves of sleep, we accumulate the total amount of sleep lost over days. If you lose 1 hour of sleep each night for a week, at the end of the week you will have a sleep debt of 7 hours, which is nearly the same as losing a whole night's sleep. What's surprising to many people is that sleep debt of as little as 3 to 8 hours will produce noticeable effects on our physical and mental performance. For example, researchers on French cyclists who had lost only 3 hours of sleep showed they had fatigued faster than when rested. Evidence continues to accumulate that relatively small amounts of sleep loss weaken the immune system and make us more likely to succumb to infections and disease. Sleep deprivation has direct effect on thinking ability and mental efficiency. During the past 10 years, scores of studies have demonstrated a very clear pattern of findings. Sleep debt produces a general slowing of most mental processes. Sleepy people have a difficult time concentrating and keeping their attention fixed on the task at hand. Important information is frequently missed, and these lapses can be disastrous. A momentary lapse while driving could result in not seeing a child running into the street, or an accountant can miss a number in a column of figures, whereby arriving at an incorrect conclusion. These momentary flickers in sustained attention are directly related to the amount of sleep debt. Sleep debt can have a marked impact on our performance. A tired person may be able to recall information from their long-term memory with fair accuracy, but it's the short-term immediate memory that is most affected. This can have drastic effects on complex tasks like important contract negotiations or driving a car on a busy freeway. Even our moods are affected by sleep debt. Not only tired people feel more fatigued and less vigorous, but they also tend to become more depressed. As sleep debt increases, people lose their ability to enjoy things and activities they normally do. They often withdraw from others, and their irritability increases significantly. The ability to exercise routine problem solving may remain intact with moderate amounts of sleep debt. However, the more difficult problems require novel and creative solutions that are much less likely to come to mind when we are tired. As we become more tired, we act more like an airplane on autopilot. We can usually handle the simple changes and the relatively ordinary demands of life most of the time. However, anything out of the ordinary will increase the likelihood of our making significant errors. Motivation to tackle the tough tasks of life suffers also. Sleep-deprived individuals have been found unwilling or unable to work a task that requires more than automatic performance. The bottom line is that when we allow ourselves to get tired, the highest mental functions are compromised. Our decision-making ability is compromised, and everything we do is negatively affected. Our learning abilities, our reasoning abilities, our safety, our efficiency, our communication skills, and our relationships. What are the causes of sleep debt? In the modern world, there are many reasons why so many do not get enough sleep. For most, it is simply that they have not learned how to value sleep, and as humans, we rarely choose to do what we do not value. Some of the most common thieves of sleep are the television, internet surfing, entertainment, and sports. Overwork, night shift at work, stress and anxiety, noisy environments, use many of the common medications and stimulants such as caffeine, and sedentary lifestyle. While we love to blame the boss for making us work too much, we must honestly examine all our activities in the light of our personal priorities. Today's society has come so far from the simplicity of life that we find ourselves surrounded by excess stimulation. As a result, even our spiritual lives can suffer. Is there a spiritual impact from sleep loss? Fatigue has more important impact on our spiritual lives than it has on our ordinary daily activities. Optimal decision-making capacity is necessary to differentiate between right and wrong. In addition, when we're tired, we have even less motivation and willpower to act on what we know is correct. Thus, we will fall into temptation more easily. Remember, for centuries, sleep deprivation has been a most effective ingredient of brainwashing and is even purposefully used today by professional labor and hostage negotiators. Severe sleep deprivation may even precipitate episodes of psychosis. Bible study and prayer, the lifeline of the Christian. If we are tired, we'll lessen our interest and ability to study and understand the Bible, and we'll weaken our commitment to communicate with God in prayer. How much sleep do we need? Most sleep researchers agree that humans can get by on about 7 hours of sleep per night. But how many of us want to just get by in life? The evidence is strong that for peak performance in all areas of our lives, we need about 8 hours of sleep each night. Students need a little more to maximize their learning and memory abilities. Obviously, getting those amounts of sleep will require careful choices and self-discipline. Here are a few things you can do to keep in good resting condition. Have a regular time for going to bed and a regular time to rise that allows you 8 to 9 hours of good sleep, and stick to your schedule. Exercise a minimum of 30 minutes each day, preferably outdoors and during the day. Sunshine and fresh air can promote sound, sweet sleep. Eat a healthful diet and avoid late, large evening meals. Set aside 1 day each week for rest and recuperation, and take a truly restful vacation each year. Avoid the use of alcohol, caffeine, or other stimulants, and eliminate watching exciting or depressing television. Sleep in a dark, quiet, cool room with a firm, comfortable bed whenever possible. When you're tired, take a 15 to 30 minute nap to restore rested performance. If you find yourself troubled or upset, make an effort to solve the problem as best you can before bedtime. Learn to control your stress and anxiety positively by putting your trust in God. Then, when you lie down, you will not be afraid. Yes, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. Proverbs 3:24. There are significant rewards for choosing to get enough rest. People who are rested generally accomplish more in less time and do better, more efficiently and safely. They will also be better lovers of God, spouses, children, and others. Please like and share what you're learning on social media. Visit and like us on Facebook, visit and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and visit and subscribe to the website at beholdthesavior.com. Thank you, and God bless.